Y'all, do you remember this couple from Married at First Sight? This is back when I was still watching that show religiously. I loved the first few seasons of Married at First Sight. It was so juicy, truly. So this couple is Beth and Jamie, and Beth obviously is the woman on the left. Jamie is the male on the right. And they were married, and I still do not even understand how or why they got married with all of the fighting they were doing on that show. The woman even said that sleeping with him was a chore because he only offered basic Caucasian sex. And that was one of the most iconic quotes to come out of the franchise, because what does that even mean, right? Like, she hated this guy, and this guy hated her right back. So I still do not get how they got married, or how the experts allowed, or continue to advise them to continue building on this very, very toxic relationship. But nonetheless, they got married, and they were married for quite a few years, but they recently divorced, and Beth is now shopping around information about what exactly happened. She's obviously not giving the full details because she's got to pay for that $60,000 divorce. She posted a video of her lip syncing to some music saying, "You're so funny. Ha, thanks. I married a stranger on TV and it cost me $60,000 to get a divorce." And then in the caption of this video, she says, "So, true story. I got married to a stranger on TV and it really cost me $60K to divorce him. And yeah, I'm going to talk about it for that price." So there you go. And for those of you who don't know, Beth was someone who had like well-off parents, and she didn't really need to work. And I think that Jamie was kind of jealous of it. I always got the vibe he was jealous. He tried to belittle her and everything like that. She did a couple of like little things to help out at her dad's company, but for him it wasn't enough. He was like, "Oh, like you're living like a teenager. You're not a responsible adult." All this stuff. Yeah, he married her anyway. Yeah, he still wanted to. I think he just wanted to break her down and make her feel bad for having a very privileged life. And I really, really hate that she fell for it and married this guy, because he's just not good news in my opinion. Yes, she is a loose cannon. Yes, she is a mess. But this man, I don't know, like his hatred for her was very, very palpable from the very beginning. And yeah, Theo, what does it even mean? Like it was one of her biggest complaints about him, that it was just basic, plain old Caucasian sex. And so I'm thinking that it cost $60,000, perhaps because she had to pay him a little bit, because again, she comes from money, right? And so you got to pay perhaps some alimony or something. And then on top of that, paying for your lawyers. So I think with all things considered, she got off pretty easily, because there's another reality couple that recently divorced. It's Rachel and Brian from the Bachelor franchise, and that divorce cost Rachel like $500,000 to about $600,000, and they were married for about the same amount of time, y'all. So once again, congratulations to you, Beth, on divorcing your biggest hater, but I'm sorry that it cost you so much money. And I'm with you, Shem Jem. They were married for a lot longer than I could have ever imagined that they would be married for. So kudos to you. Well, I don't know if I could say kudos to you on that, because I think she was struggling with it from the very beginning. So to me, like, the idea of someone putting up with misery for several years, it makes me sad. It really, really does. But I digress. Brandon, good morning. Thank you so much for joining, and thank you so much for watching my videos over the past few years. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so sad though, because we're wrapping up this morning's report. We're about to end, but hey, just as a little bit of a heads up, we go live with the morning report every single weekday morning. That's Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm hoping to get you bright and early tomorrow. Now, I wanted to read some of the comments that people had to say about this divorce between Beth and Jamie, right? Some people are saying that a prenup should be a mandatory part of the show. Someone else said, "Whenever my husband makes me mad, I tell him, thanks for the Caucasian sex. It really ruined my day." People are so damn funny. And that line is still forever iconic.